So today I'm going to show you the game Food Follow. And Food Follow is very good for puppies that just learning that food comes from hands. Or it's also very good for dogs that did a lot of static trainings or a lot of sit training, so they're a bit unsure if you have food in your hand doesn't mean I have to sit down. So first we want to teach our dog that they're supposed to move after the hand with the food. So we can use it, for example, to teach middle position changes, leg weaves, and all that stuff. Because you'd be surprised, so many dogs don't understand that one, food can come out of hands, and two, you can move after that hand to get the food. So the first step is quite simple. I'm showing it with a bit of bigger piece so you can see it. So I take my flat hand like this. I put a treat here. I put my thumb over it. And that's how I present it to the dog, just like a little plate. So I'm going to show you it, Simba. I'm just going to have my hand like this, and he comes in and he gets a treat. And again, just take a few with me. Take your hand like this, and your thumb over the food so it doesn't fall down. And then you can just hold it there, because you move after the hand to get the treat. Then you can start. Can he move one step after before he gets the treat? Yes. And you can build it up how much he's supposed to move after him. So the hand becomes a signal that he's supposed to follow after. You can start adding some misses and bring up the excitement level. Yes. Very good. Always remember to use both hands, because sometimes we have to lure them with our right hand and sometimes we have to lure them with our left hand. Very good, Simba. So you saw I also started adding a little marker that when I said yes, that meant now you get your treat. So once the dog starts to understand that they're supposed to move, you can start adding a marker to make it even clearer for them. Now you get your reward. So we can move him. Move and move. Yes! And there he gets his treat. Move. Yes. Move. Yes. Yes, very good. So then you can add a marker. You don't have to, but I find a lot of times if you use a marker, it becomes more clearer for the dog. Okay, now I'm getting my reward. Otherwise, you can get frustration, because they never know, do I get paid now or maybe not, or what is happening? Do I keep going? So that's why I like to add a marker there, just to mark, yes, I want you to move after this food. I want you to keep trying and you get your rewards. So that was the food follow, and that is the very, very first step. Once they understand that they move after the food, you can start dropping it. So because sometimes with game-based training, we throw our food, or we want our dogs to go out after the food. So then you can start it very simple as well. You move them along with the food, and then instead of kicking into the mouth, you just drop it on the floor. You can absolutely point it out for them. So just make it very obvious where you put your food. So they learn that sometimes the food also comes on the ground. Very good. So that would be the next stage, just to get them prepared. Hey, sometimes I drop the food and sometimes you get it to the mouth. What you do, you follow the hand and then you see what's going to happen. And once they start understanding that sometimes the food is dropped down, so that can take, with the younger puppies, it can take a week or two because they don't have the mental abilities to hunt down food yet. Did you ever see a 12-week puppy hunt? So there you just use it for dropping food, and also for smaller dogs where you don't want to throw it so far, or dogs that get very sticky very fast. Then you just, instead of throwing it miles away, you just drop it on the ground, and you can absolutely point it out, which is very useful when playing outside, for example in high grass or gravel where the treats can get lost. Next step, once they understand that sometimes the food drops, then you can throw it a bit further away. So you take again the food, drop it, and you just roll it a few pieces away. Again, drop and roll. Very good. Follow, drop and roll. And there you have it, the very first stage of our favorite orientation game. So where we teach our dogs, sometimes you go out and there's something exciting happening out there, and then we mark them for coming back to us. So that was level 3, and that is usually for the bit older puppies that start to understand, hey, I can use my eyes to find the food. So just don't try not to rush. You can mix it up in between with if you see the dog is spending a lot of time trying to hunt down the food, go back a step where you actually point it out, or maybe even just have them follow the hand and deliver to the mouth. And then just play around, see what your dog likes best. That was the food follow game, and the foundation of many food games that you can build.